Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I am here every day at 12 o'clock or as soon after 12 as I can manage to get on here. And I take 12 of your questions, so it's 12 at 12. And I write them down in my handy-dandy little notebook. That's the last 4 days. Give you some idea. But anyway, So I will just write these down. Just put your questions in all caps in the chat. I think I missed some of the earliest ones this time, but I will. If I've missed your question, please just. Oh no, it didn't cut off the early ones yet. Good. Just put your questions in all caps in the chat. That's how you communicate with me. Other than that, please just type normally. Because people have whole conversations, and that's how people talk to each other. So anything in all caps, I'll keep an eye out for, because I assume that's directed at me. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And we have got epic moderators here. Thank you so much. You have kept us safe. Speaking of, I just wanted to mention briefly, like many of these channels, there has been an imposter in the comments off and on. They took my picture from my avatar. They're using my name, but then it says, "Oh, thank you for being here. You can get a personal reading with me on WhatsApp." Number one, I don't do personal readings. Number two, I don't have WhatsApp. And then there's a phone number that begins it's like +44, and then there's a whole great big string of numbers. +44 is a country code. Last I checked, it was the country code for the UK. Hard to see, but the bottom of this says Chicago. That's where I am. As a matter of fact, let's make this perfectly clear. This is where I am. This is in the United States. The United States, the country code is not 44. And the area codes in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area, are things like 312 and 630 and 847. All right, so if anybody's giving you big crazy numbers and saying that they're offering, just so you know. All right, just wanted to make that perfectly clear, because it's so hard to see that thing. All right, with that done, thank you, Pam. Thank you. It's very kind. Okay, I'm going to grab some questions here. Farrah saying, will Vance file more charges or more suits against the individuals at Trump, or is this it? Well, I think we're going to be looking at variations of this ongoing. So Farrah is asking, Vance file charges against individuals. And in case you are wondering, I was drawn to this overlay because there's so much drought going on. There's so much drought, and this looked like raindrops hitting to me. So I was really drawn to that. So I thought we'd hopefully just send out some energy of people getting rain that they desperately need. So, will Vance file charges against individuals at Trump.org? Or is this it? Okay, that's where we're going to start. And I might do an overloaded Celtic, which means I probably wouldn't have time to do a full 12 questions today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Farrah. Got that in at 10:44. Talk about first come, first serve. Lucy's asking, will the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers dismantle? Oh, I haven't read on that. Excellent. You guys have the best questions. Will the arrogant children and traitor keepers dismantle? Okay, got it. Traitor, traitor, you're a traitor. All right. Let's have a look. Thank you, Lucy. Okay. Mandy of Merrimack. What about Trump's? Okay, what about Trump's bodyguard? Has he been questioned? Oh, Calamari, as was suggested, that he be called Squidward. Has he been questioned? So let's ask Mandy. Has Calamari been questioned? Okay, we haven't looked at him in a little bit, so let's have a look at that. Thank you. And looking. Roland, ask your question. Okay, looking for anything in all caps. You can do it. Oh, thank you for Sharon for suggesting people hit the thumbs up and the subscribe. That really does help. Okay, I'm still looking. Oh, it's hot and humid in Ohio. Okay, more rain energy. We need more rain energy. Okay, still looking. It's only 96 in Tucson right now. Having a cold snap. Oh my gosh. Stephanie's saying in Washington State it is going to be 113 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, that just about did me in, having to live with that. I cannot imagine a place that is so used to that cool, stormy, overcast. Man, oh day. Okay, did I miss anything? No. Okay. All right, Fair, I've got your question there. Maria, hey. Thank you. Is Canada going to apologize for residential school abuse? Okay, I might be able to skirt the energy. I'll try. Will Canada today, not then, we're not going to the energy of then. Well, today, will Canada apologize? And I might start with that just to get out of the way. Apologize for residential school abuse. Okay, school abuse. I'm trying to find any positive energy because that topic hits me like being hit by a bus when I read on it. So I'm trying to keep my energy up here, which for anybody who's new around here is also why you get the overlays and the funky nails and the silliness and the jokes and the what have you, to try to keep my energy here so we can dip down into this gunk, this absolute bottom of sewer energy, and then come back up and then go back and then come back up. So if I'm writing down or I'm between questions about really heinous things and suddenly I'm acting silly, that's why. Okay. All right, Maria, I've got your question. And oh gosh, so much heat. John, hey, in addition to human activity, is global warming also related to solar cycles? It's going to be a part of it. Yeah. I could do, let me have we'll do a reading on Is global warming also related to solar cycles? All right, we'll have a look at that. I believe it. I can almost guarantee that it is related, but I want to see if there's going to be like good timing or bad timing to make things worse, or the same or better. Just more information on that topic, John. So we've got that down. Okay. And Ellie's asking, will America keep its superpower status in the future? Okay. And that is Ellie. Well, let's keep its superpower status. Okay. In the future. All right, that will be number 6. All right. Hello, Pamela. All right, I think, yeah, it might have to. It's getting hot. It's actually getting hot in here. I might need to pull the hair back. Yes, I make goofy noises. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, Allie, you got your question down. Krista, hey. High in Portland is supposed to be 114 today. Are we too late to turn back climate change? Krista. CHRISTA. Are we too late to turn back climate change? Yeah, I think, and I this is going to be the big topic going forward. We're going to be reading a lot for a long time on climate change and different policies, and yeah, I'm afraid to say. Thank you, Barbara, and thank you again, Pam. Thank you. Hello, Betty. Okay, Barbara, yes, UK country code. Having a look. Jillian is asking, what has Mike Pompeo been up to besides losing the straw poll? Do you guys remember that? Is there a reason? Where's my phone? Is there a reason that that you want to look at him? Because he feels kind of like a non-entity to me. Gary Atkins, Chicago is huge with lots of suburbs. That is true. That's a good point. You know what? I'm wondering if I should just read on Pompeo and just ask, is it worth reading on Pompeo, like going forward? Because a little while ago, there was that straw poll at the Western Conservative Summit, the one where Ron DeSantis beat Donald Trump for who do you want to be president? Who do you want to be the 2024 candidate? And Ted Cruz did better than Mike Pompeo. So the numbers aren't amazing, and his energy, he's a giant potato. He really has the energy of a giant potato. So I could actually just ask, is he worth reading on going forward? So Julian, is that 2 L's? 2 L's, 2 N's? That's I like your name. It's fun. Is it worth reading on Mike Potato. Going forward. Okay. We'll have a look. We'll get energy on him when we do that. Okay, so that'll be number 8. So I've got space for 4 more. 4 more questions. B. Smith. Oh, yeah. Lena's had similar scammer trolls. A lot of people have. Yeah. Farah, no one ever pronounces my name correctly. Thank you. Oh, I got it right. Yes. Okay. Gary, Detroit born. Nice. Midwest. Okay, question. Ed K. Is Rebekah Mercer flipping against 45? Interesting. Ed K. Is Rebekah Mercer flipping against Trump? Did you guys read the article about Bill Barr? Where Bill Barr was telling talking to a journalist off and on, and the journalist was there when Pompeo, profile and courage, our hero, finally turned against Trump and said, no, this is a bunch of garbage. And of course, Trump just blew up, which is completely believable. That part of the story, completely believable. But that Trump got really mad and started swearing at him and stuff. Yeah. But did you guys see that? Because I love how these people, when they tell their stories and their sides of things, they're always the smart one, the hero, it's like, you are a cretin and a disgrace. But you do your thing. All villains think they're the hero. Louis asking, will Democrats gain more in the House and the Senate in 2022? I think that might solve a lot of problems for the U.S. Louis, I've read on that multiple times, and what I'm getting is that there's all of this legal stuff that's going to come out this year, and then next year, it's all going to be in court and whatnot, and all of this stuff happening. I know it sounds ridiculous to say it's only a year and a half, less than a year and a half until the 2022 election, but American elections go on forever. And this is, it's going to be 4 months, 1 year and 4 months. And so all of this is going to count toward the midterm election. And so that's why I keep picking up that Democrats not losing the House, not losing the Senate, possibly getting a bit more. I'm not expecting perfection, but there are going to be a lot of problems on the Republican side because of the legal stuff that gets dredged up between here and the midterms. So we'll read on that again soon. We will. So, okay, Susan, just curious, the Florida collapse apartment building, does it have to do with Jared or Trump's company and shoddy materials? I don't. That's a Google question. Seriously, that's a Google question. I don't know that I could answer that, but I'm sure people are looking into it. Okay. All right, still looking. Okay, Stephen is asking, will Marjorie Traitor Greene be on the January 6th Select Committee? Oh, okay, we'll ask on that. Let me just pour this into here. Okay, leave that over there. And have this here. Oh, good. All right. Stephen. That's a scary thought, isn't it? Stephen H. Will Marjorie Traitor Greene be on the January 6th Select Committee? All right, we'll ask. All right, that'll be number 10. So I've got space for 2 more. And, oh, Chris, will they find anybody still alive in the rubble in Florida? That's, I don't know if I should read on that. I'm so sorry. I can go into that energy if it's important to you. If it's really important to you, I will do it. If it's like that's a burning question for you, you're just really, then let me know. Let me know, Chris. Because otherwise I can go into that energy, but it's hell. So let me know. Lucretia, can you pull cards on Nancy Pelosi? How is Nancy Pelosi doing? Okay. Well, no. I need to write down the name. Lucretia. How is Pelosi doing? Okay, got it. And let me see if I can get anything else. Thank you, Deborah. Okay, I've got that question. What? Okay, YouTube just dumped a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, but I don't think it cut anybody off. Pegasus, future for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Okay. Pegasus. Future for AOC. Okay, well, unless Chris gets back to me, thank you, Pamela. Unless Chris gets back to me, do I see anything? Okay. GM Dave, she doesn't even have regular committee assignments. That's true. And Marjorie Traitor Greene, but we'll see. Okay, so let's just start at the top of the list. We'll just work our way through. Cards. Yeah. Okay. We have the card rack. We have the cards. Chris said, never mind. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So thank you for being here. Desrat, I like Ocasio-Cortez's answer to Marjorie Traitor Greene's little communist comment. Said, I'm taller than her. All right, so I only do political questions here. I'm afraid I don't do personal. I don't do personal readings, and I don't do personal. I don't take personal questions here either. I'm afraid. So, but if there's a general, especially political or something that's in the news. Okay. Oh, Chris, thank you. Okay, so. At 25, we're going to start at 25. Farrah's question. Oh, no. We're going to start with Maria's question at 25. See if I can get through this without dropping to my knees and bursting into tears. I know there are so many good readers, and they're so good at just staying above this all. You can ask them any heinous question, and they're just like, here you go, here's an answer, moving on. I just, ugh. Let's see here. Ooh, Gary's saying Ivanka and Jared bought a condo just blocks from the collapsed building. All right. Will Canada apologize for the residential school abuse? Okay, let me open up my energy. Will Canada apologize for the residential school abuse? Feels like very much so. Thank you, Lucretia. Stolen, to put it mildly. Surprised I didn't put double card. All right, 7 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Tower, Ace of Cups, King of Wands. So much was stolen. So many things falsified. I wonder if there was somebody who made money. Something about those schools made them money. Ellie Rieger, you have a sensitive Cancer moon. That's why reading on Canada hits you hard. I have Cancer moon also, so I can relate. This ball. This could if it wasn't someone who made money, this could very well be. This is basically the card of sitting pretty. This is somebody with money. Meanwhile, while all of this heinousness is happening, this could be people around who didn't do anything to help. This is the nightmare and the emotion welling up now because of this nightmare. King of Wands. I'm curious. It was a matter of time until these things were uncovered. Canada, apologize. Chris, I have no idea. I agree with you. That hurts my soul so much. How can you hurt a child? Yeah. And even just touching the energy, what was done is, we're not going there. I'm not going there. I just can't. I can't. It isn't that I don't care. I care too much. Every one of these kids. Okay, Canada, are you going to apologize? It is a huge blot. I believe so. I also think there may be some financial what's the word I'm looking for? Some money given up. And a recommitment that things like this will not happen again. If there's anybody who can be prosecuted, they will be. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the Canadian government's going to pull a Donald Trump. Reparations, thank you, Stephanie. Restitution, Pam was saying. Stuff like that. Restitution, that would work. Oh, Dave says, I'm not ready for the lower vibrations. Haven't had my coffee yet. Oh, you definitely. We're reading on this and stuff like this and people who are heinous like this. Go get your coffee. Go get your coffee. Oh, man. Okay. So all right, what else? What could I look at here? Okay, let's look at Ellie's question, 3030. Will the U.S. keep its superpower status in future? Okay, something unemotional. As unemotional as anything I can find on here. Chris is saying Trudeau has apologized. We need to hear from the Pope, priests, and nuns for this travesty. Mm-hmm. Yep. Happy birthday, Elizabeth. Happy birthday. The U.S. keep its superpower status. We're importing an awful lot of stuff. Thank you for being here, Pamela. Thank you. National debt. Lack of health care, national debt. We're going to be struggling, but it feels pretty strong. I think we are for a while. For a while, we will be. Something happens in China that's not quite great. So I read on, are they going to be the next superpower? And I don't get that. And Russia's not going to be the next superpower. I get that too. So compared to some of the other places in the world, I think we're going to keep our superpower status for a while. But as you can guess, what the world is going to look like 10, 20 years from now, with climate change and technology and wow, trying to wrap your head around what that's going to look like. Elizabeth, do we really need superpowers? That's debatable. I'm quietly walking away from that question. Happy birthday to Thomas's mom. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So, I'll just start with what we've got here. All right. 34. Will Vance file charges against individuals at the Trump org, or is this it? Thank you, Krista. Thank you. And Brenda saying my superpower is snoring. All right. Go to New York. Cy Vance, will Vance file charges against individuals at Trump org, or is this it? Oh, it feels like individuals, but let's see. Cy Vance file charges against individuals at Trump org, or is this it? One thing was pointed out that please keep in mind about what's going on with Vance and we know about this. We don't know about this because of Vance's office. We know about this because of the Trump lawyers. And the Trump lawyers have a vested interest in downplaying what's going to happen and what the charges are going to be, to try to get ahead of the story in the nothing to see here, little to see here as energy as possible. So the corporation's going to have charges filed against it, but maybe not the people, who knows, maybe not this, maybe he left a lot unsaid, unanswered. But that's partially his job. So next week, who knows, it could be really good. Trump work goes down, and because it's a holding company. That's the other thing we have to keep in mind. The Trump organization, it isn't like a normal, like, this is dry cleaners. And maybe there are a couple of dry cleaners, but they're all under the same company runs these different dry cleaners. And so that's pretty straightforward. But what Trump does is this is the Trump organization. This is an LLC. This is a different company here that's doing this. Then there's another company over here that's doing that. Another company. It's not just like variations of the same, owned in the same thing. Trump organization basically holds all these other companies inside of it. It's how they help Umbrella, exactly, Sterling Roses. It's how it helps them fudge the books. Oh, also, before I forget, for all that Little Rico, OCCA in New York State doesn't have the same teeth as the federal RICO charges do, there has been information for a while that Donald may keep 2 sets of books. And keeping more than 1 set of books in New York State will get you 25 years in prison. So I hear things that it's like, and then, back and forth. So, yeah, Don is pointing out that Trump has something like there are over 200 LLCs that are under this Trump organization umbrella. So you bring out charges against this, and it accounts. Sterling Rose, I don't know if it's per count or per company. But it could be per count. I don't know. But this is going to affect all of these other companies. And what that's going to do is it's going to leave, if it shuts down all of those other companies too, then that leaves them without money. So basically, it's pretty much Kushner who still has his money and all the Trump stuff. Let's see here. Absolute corruption. 5 of Swords. Insult to injury. Underhanded. Changing numbers. Maybe doubling the books. Beginning of this fight between the truth that, because of course anyone who goes up against the Trumps is a Democrat. This rise of Democratic power, its rise of this power of which would hold this accountable, but meanwhile they'll be belligerent and they'll try to verbally bludgeon people and it's a witch hunt, blah 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 blah. Okay, so it's beginning. So this is the beginning of a further fight. Ashley's saying, I think this is phase 1 of many upcoming personal chargings, and that is very possible. Holly and France saying, I hope they start investigating Kushner's company next. Holly and France. Will they investigate Kushner's company next? Okay. All right. Is there? Okay. So these charges that Vance is coming out with, it's going to lead to a lot of stuff. Do we hear about that sooner, or does this come later? Because if you take they're individuals who benefited from these gifts that they didn't admit to having. That's tax fraud. Five of Cups, disappointment. All right, Nine of Wands. Let me see what we've got here. Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands, Six of Wands. I think we've got some Trump energy here. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. They shuffled money through the women. They will end up financially off, but it could be anyone from Melania to Ivana to Tiffany to Ivanka to you name it. But it's ways to. They tried to make this as convoluted as possible in accounting, so it would just be too expensive for the tax authorities to go through it all. But yeah, and they're going to be asking all of these, all the women, but what they were able to get away with before, but now they're on the defensive, but they're convinced this is how they're going to win, but this is not winning. These cards with this here, this is not winning. Trump assumes he will win. It's how he's won financially. His style of financial any more information on this? 3 cards. It's the beginning. It's a page. It's not a king. It's not fully mature. What we're seeing isn't the whole story. Hello, Justice card. How are you? I still think he looks just a little bit like Ronan Farrow. Don't do that. That's very loud. Hemming them in legally. Legal decisions. They got trouble coming. Oh, right there in River City. Okay. Couldn't happen to bigger jerks. At 44. All right. Will the arrogant babies, the prideful babies, and the oathbreaker traitors, dismantle. I'll do 3 for one, 3 for the other. Well, the Proud Boys dismantle. Feels like the court's involved in their, yes. And Oath Keepers. Well, the Oath Keepers dismantle. There's also something called the 3%ers. I've never known what that was and never felt like taking the time to care. Yeah, it's like it's that guy walking through Statuary Hall with the or the rotunda with Pelosi's lectern. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know why my brain is just not on top of it right now. But yeah, that's him. All right. Pathetic boys. Bye-bye. Lawyers, it's going to be a condition of how long they're going to have to be in jail and people like that. Legal decisions, you're done. You're done. Bye. Blankety blanks. Judy, they're 3% human. Well, that would explain it. Okay. The Oathbreaker traitors. Oh, legal worry. But after the Fool. Okay, well they've got more legal worry. But this is just, they're not as quick to give up the situation. This is trying to help the Fool and being against Biden, but it's causing them absolute legal stress. All right. Oath keepers. Huh. Maybe they'd keep true to that contract where they sold their souls. Oath keepers. What's going to happen to you? Still Trump energy all over this. Tower. Legal decisions. Magician. So similar to the other. Rancor. It's going to take longer. It's going to take longer for the Oath Keepers to be dismantled, if not in spirit, if not in official capacity. But it feels like the pathetic boys, yeah, they go down pretty quick. Chris, I agree. They need to have a very long sentence to set a precedent so it doesn't happen again. I am totally with you. Totally with you on that. OAN needs to be ignored. Okay, 4830. Has Matthew Calamari been questioned? Matt Calamari. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Frosty Bean are here. Hello. Hello. I hope you are well. Oh, is Kevin here? Hello, Kevin. All right. Calamari. Have you been questioned? This whole Vance thing. He's got some fear of going to prison. It doesn't feel as much like he expects Trump to save him. And the dumbest among you will be the smartest. Whew, legal pain. Worried about his kid? Theft. Lying about the theft. Brought out into the open. That's going to be some bright, obnoxious sunlight. Yeah, he's up to his eyeballs in this. He is up to his ink squirter in this. Chris, I wonder if he wore a wire in meetings at Trump Tower. Okay. Calamari, Matthew Calamari, have you worn a wire? Have you? Judgment. Ace of Swords. Oh, he's had a talk with law enforcement. Did not want to cooperate. Fear of being on the stand. Fear of what he would have to do publicly, say publicly. So he dragged his feet and was, but then this is using higher wisdom and aggressive law enforcement. Because I've got a judgment card here. So aggressive law enforcement, is that going into, okay, wearing wires. Let's look at it this way. 50, 52. Wearing wires. What's his name? Weisselberg. And or Calamari. Okay. 3 for Weisselberg, 3 for Calamari. All right, guys. Wearing wires, recording conversations, transmitting conversations. Weisselberg, wearing a wire. All right, Calamari. Calamari wearing a wire. He doesn't want to cooperate. Both of them led, it feels like fairly lush lifestyles. Weisselberg. It's more records, more telling them, answering their questions. Maybe later. But so I don't have any swords here. I don't have anything I would consider transmission, sending, communication. This is just Trump legend. All right, Calamari. If you want a wire, justice, hemmed in legally. 2 of Pentacles, threatened with financial insolvency. Both him and isn't his son involved? If you're asking which one is most like, if that's going to happen, which one will go first, it feels like Calamari. But this is justice hemming him in, and he's being threatened. Maybe. Any more information? Recording Trump. Recording incriminating information. Trump's own words. Page of Cups. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, World. Yeah. There's yeah. I'm getting a yes. He's carrying the burden. for a pittance, for the amount of grief, that legal grief that's coming down on his head, he got a pittance, even though it seemed like a lush lifestyle. He's carrying the burden, and all of this is going to end. This could also be a series of recordings carrying the burden of that. So that's what I'm getting on that. So he's not going to swan his way through this and out the other side. Okay. Global warming, climate change. Let's do some of these political ones, and then we'll go back to climate change. All right. At 56. Jill Lynn was asking about Mike Pompeo. And my question is it worth reading on Mike Potato going forward? Because he doesn't have the charisma that he thinks he does. Thank you, JH. He doesn't have the charisma he thinks he does. It never quite pulls it together. Is it even worth reading on Mike Pompeo in future going forward? Or is he just a footnote in history? And whatever was noted has already happened. Is it worth two in the middle? Okay, there's something here. Two in the middle. Is it worth reading on Mike Pompeo in future? I got the card of I love this. Page of Swords. Queen of Cups. Two cards in the middle. The King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. All right, so this is the fighting against the evil Biden way. Those communists and their healthcare and actually caring about human beings and the environment. Okay, he hasn't been completely written off by donors, but it's not the big. And then he gets legally hemmed in. This is when he starts getting called in for the committees and the investigations. And so he may go for a number of months where he's like, yeah, I'm just going about my business. But he gets sidelined into Trump committee and court cases land. We may be reading about him in future for, is Pompeo going to flip on Trump? Angie's dad saying the Pompeo doughboy opened up a pack to grift for his 2024 presidential run. So, Mike Potato Pompeo, are you going to flip on Trump? Oh, he knows he could kiss his 2024 prospects goodbye. He's very ambitious. I'm just a little surprised he got as far as he did. Trump base of power, doesn't want to make Trump's people mad. 3 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups, happy family. Star card in the middle. Again, doesn't want to be this star witness. Same way. Message, lots of message. He wants to. How little can he get away with saying, sure, can I give that to you in writing? That kind of thing. Thank you, Paulette. Holly and friends, Pompeo was number 1 in his class at West Point. Definitely ambitious. Yeah. I don't get a lot of, I don't think he's going to he's not really going to turn against Trump in a big way. He's too afraid of losing the base, which would just put the end to his ambitions. Because he needs every Republican he can get his hands on. So, but what we read on him in the future about may have a lot more to do with investigations than. Oh, just. Well, it's not waddling, but when you have a potato, if you're like treating it like a puppet and you move it back and forth like this to pretend it's walking, and it's kind of like moving a wee wobble forward. So if this is him just going to go get the working hard on his campaign, but there's insult to injury right in the center of it, and theft. Yeah. Committee stuff, I think, and court stuff is going to be what we'll be rating on with him. But Rob, Pompeo only has charisma if he stands next to Pence. And Pence's head fly has more than the pair of them. That is true. Sterling Rose, wiggle wobble. Yes. Yep. Man. Okay. Thank you, Pamela. That's very kind. Rebekah Mercer. 1, 0, 2. Oh, I don't like her. I don't like these people's energies. Rebekah Mercer, is she going to flip? Is she flipping against Trump? Which wouldn't be flipping in the sense of turning evidence against him, but taking away all support, supporting somebody else. All right, Rebekah Mercer. I've got to go into Rebekah Mercer's energy. I'm trying to imagine what she thinks about when she first wakes up in the morning. Nostalgia, family. Well, she inherited that money, or not inherited, but her father made the bulk of the money, is my understanding. Legal decision, magician. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Appreciate that. 9 of Cups, Knight of Wands, Hermit. Conservative causes. She certainly has what she needs, but she also sees the Democrats and the power they have. Did she contribute any money to any recount efforts? Something like that? That would be standing up some legal decision to try to give some money to help gin up something there. But the Democrats have the ballots, and things get counted, and so she ends up looking for somebody else to support. Do they ever talk? Rebekah Mercer and Trump, do they talk? Thief. Which one? 7 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. It's a plan. Trying to strategize a way to get Republican power back in place. Hatred of liberal policies. Americans want more of this. They want less of that, more of the Democrats are getting more votes. So that's what she's focused on. She doesn't need just Trump. So I'm not getting them being especially buddy-buddy anymore. Oh, I'm with you, Gene. I do not understand the Mercer story. There appears to be a couple of puzzle pieces missing. What is it? Lena Rodriguez says, at the center of every great fortune is a great crime. I don't know if that's true, but it doesn't sound impossible. It should, but it doesn't. Okay, 106. All right. Guess who? It's time for the troll. Marjorie Traitor Greene. Is Marjorie Traitor Greene going to be on the January 6th Select Committee? Okay, I just had a mental image of Nancy Pelosi spitting her coffee out at that suggestion. Ace of Pentacles. Hang on. Let's look at the other cards, see what that means. Australian Bros say, oh, nay, nay. That's what Nancy Pelosi is saying. Oh, no. Oh, heck no. Mm-mm. Oh, Marjorie Traitor Greene. Yuck. Her fighting Republican moving forward and fighting, working, strength card, fruits of labor. These three very obvious. This possibly things coming to light with committee, strength. It's not impossible. Traitor Greene, or even part of the select committee, because are there going to be some Republicans on the select committee? I imagine. Do we know? Yeah, I'm with you, Gina. I don't like her middle card, unless it's information coming to light. Anybody know if anybody know if there will be Republicans on this committee? She's very aggressive. This actually, strangely, this is not law enforcement. These are cards in the same way you get with astrology. Certain aspects, it can be the cop or the robber. Two sides of the same coin, and this is her awful side. To be determined. Thank you, Stephen. That's what I thought. That would be the insurrection. Page of Wands. Message. Knight of Wands, wanting to fight for the Trump view. She wants to bring about a victory and complain and complain and complain, but higher wisdom keeps her off. I just got that very clearly. Higher wisdom keeps her off the committee. But boy, she would love to. She would just hijack everything she could hijack, make a complete fool of herself every single day. I don't think so. Pamela said, on the committee, Nancy has said there will be equal Republican and Democrats. The question is, does she get to choose them? Because Republicans voted a commission down. Huh. Calibri Flyer, I heard that MJT wanted to work with Pelosi on the independent committee on the January 6th insurrection. MJT. See, I've got Marjorie Traitor Greene, and that's MTG. I'm sorry, my head is not working today. Who is MJT? It's not Michael Jackson. I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, how is Pelosi doing? Let's look. 111. 111. How is Nancy Pelosi doing? It's stressful, but she loves her job. Thank you, Lucretia. Thank you. How is Nancy Pelosi doing? And Gina's saying, I feel like she needs a mimosa. I think so too. Temperance. Trying to keep the squabbling down. Trying to focus. You know, it's of course part of her job is herding cats. But trying to focus. Republicans won't work with them. Queen of Cups. Thank heavens she is the majority leader. Queen of Swords. Okay. That's going to be law enforcement. Could be committees. Three of Wands. And the Fool. All right, so this is the trying to set up the select committee and do a whole lot of other things. How's she doing? She's busy. She's busy, but she's on top of it. I mean, I've got this planner here that is becoming a second brain to me because I'm starting to need one. In and out, your readings lean harder to the left than the Tower of Pisa. Well, if you open yourself up to the energy of these people, you go into their energy fields, and you are not horrified, then I would question if you are a reader. I mean, if somebody wants things to be everybody's the same, there's no reason to lean left or right or anything. There are websites on the internet you can go and just hit a button and it'll give you cards and even show you cards and give you the meanings if you want completely unbiased. But if you want a reader who is trying to read on the collective energy and is willing to go into these people's energy fields, some of these people are scum of the earth. And I'm not saying the left is perfect at all. Because I read on politicians every day. They set the bar pretty low. But still, Trump and his ilk never cease to find a way to limbo underneath that bar. Anyway. All right. Future of AOC. All right, 115. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. Oh, Maria Maria, I'm sorry. I've got my questions for today. Sorry. What number? This is, well, there are 2 I didn't do yet. 3 I didn't do yet. I had 13. I guess this is number 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. In and out, that hurt you like a splash of holy water, huh? Splash of holy water doesn't hurt me. Anyway. Make it 116. Future for AOC. She's in future. She's going to be. It feels like she's going to be in government for a long time. And there are some major legislative things she's going to be a part of in future, like her career-defining stuff is still to go. Ellie, will the U.S. keep its superpower status in the future? Yes, I did, at 30 minutes, 30 seconds. King of Cups, okay, that's democratic power. Okay. Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands. Oh, she's a fighter. 3 of Pentacles. Hermit. Her prominence, her reputation over the years will ebb and flow. How people thinking good or ill of her. She's a fighter, and she's fighting against these far-right extremist plans, hiding as moderate Republican plans. Doing her homework, just doing the studying, doing the reading, a lot of these politicians, they don't read the stuff they're voting on. They just say, "Oh, flunky, go read the thing." But I get the feeling that she does more than most. The right is constantly throwing gunk on her. Future for AOC. So is she going to be in government? Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Maria. Elizabeth, I'm reading on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Her future. Thank you, Gary. Yes, I'm here every single day. All right, so is she going to be in government for decades? Working. All right, four swords, 5 of wands, justice card, world card, chariot card. Okay, I can't get like long term. It feels like that, but I can't get long term energy because the energy coming up with committees, charges, all of the stuff to clean up the last 4 years, and hopefully clean up stuff before that too, going back, routing out corruption and getting new laws in place. Major Arcana, this is a big energetic thing. And it's hard to see past it. This is what's coming. And people in Congress, they're going to be dealing with this in a big way. This is going to be. I think some of us are afraid that like the way Trump has gotten away with everything so far that we know of, it feels like the insurrection, a couple of people have been charged, but it doesn't feel like much. This is telling us there's a lot coming. There are big things coming over the next couple of years. So, but she's a fighter. She is a fighter, and people on the right hate her. And you don't need me to tell you that. So that's what I'm getting. Okie dokie. Okay, let's read on Holly's question. We're at 1:20, Will they investigate Kushner's company next? Since they're talking about, did Pumpkin go by? Oh, I missed it. Thank you. Dawn is saying we've still got Deutsche Bank stuff, Mary's. Oh, we need this list. We've still got all the Deutsche Bank stuff. Mary, Trump giving DNA to E. Jean Carroll, inaugural monies, loans to Manafort, Jared, 45 pence, COVID response. Oh yeah, there is much. Hello, Sheila. So, hello, Roxy. Thank you, Marvy. Thank you. All right, 1:22:30. All right. So this coming week, there is talk that the Trump org will be criminally charged by Cy Vance and whatnot. So will they investigate Kushner's company next? Are they going to investigate Kushner's company? I'm going to invest Kushner's company. Where did he get the money? Okay. Where did he get the money? Star. Empress. 10 of Cups. Legally hemmed in. 8 of Swords. 2 of Cups. It's because of the Trump stuff. Yep. It's because of the marriage that Kushner gets, his finances get roped in. Evidence, they maybe, I don't know if it has to do with inauguration money, if it has what it has to do with, but they already have evidence. They just using evidence they already have for other things. They can get more to get what they need. It's because of that marriage. Oh, he's going to be so angry at Ivana. You and your family. You and your father. You people and blah, blah, blah. I know there's the MBS stuff, but is he going to be mad at her. Ooh. I would have had a good life without you. Da, 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 da. When he turns against her, it's going to be ugly. These are not nice people. So, Kushner, I'm going to go after you. There's talk out there that Kushner, his family, that they're slumlords, that they don't look after the things the way they should. They just use people for money. King of Swords. See, these are Trump policies, and he's trying to separate himself from the whole Trump thing. But this is prosecutors on the putting people on the defensive for being on Trump's side. Queen of Cups is in the middle. That's Ivanka. Moon, causing chaos. Communication, emails. If they go after her emails, which she uses a lot, she's going to send emails to her husband, isn't she? Let him know what's going on. So that opens up this. And I'm just getting absolute fury from him. Absolute fury at her and her family. Because, of course, like most of these people, they never do anything wrong. Popcorn, anyone? I don't even want to ask if they will be decent, or he will be decent to the kids like he should be. These people are awful. Anyway, all right, let's look at climate change. All right, 1/27/30. And 27/30. John was asking, is global warming also related to solar cycles? Karen, oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Wow. Okay. 128. Is global warming also related to solar cycles? How will solar cycles affect global warming? Solar cycles affect global warming. I always find it fascinating that they believe that the outside of the sun is actually hotter than the center of the sun, which I wouldn't have. I would have felt logically you'd think like it's hot in the center of the earth. It's cooler on the edge. But apparently no. There's also severe time dilation. I think I've mentioned this over the years, but I'll mention it again. The sun and the earth and mass affecting time because of velocity. You know how they keep having to, they have to reset the satellites to do GPS? Because the satellites are going so quickly around the Earth, or they're having to move so quickly just to stay in the same place as the Earth rotates. They're going faster than the surface of the Earth, and they keep having to adjust the time because it doesn't stay. It's tiny, but the time in the satellite isn't the same as the time on the surface of the Earth. It's like, oh, okay. So what they did is they did the math, and they were like, oh, by the way, along those lines, the center of the Earth, they say, is technically about 2.5 days younger than the surface of the Earth because of that. But the sun, I'll have to look this up again, but I'm pretty sure they said the sun, the center of the sun, is like 36,000 years younger than the surface. Physics will break your noodle. It really will. Solar cycles, keeping an eye out for it. Notice how yellow the sky and glinting off the water it all is. Also, the thing about the sun is it's really annoying when they do, I love sci-fi, but when they show the sun as yellow, people go out in space, you're in space, you see nothing but space, you're looking at the sun and it's yellow. something that is millions of degrees in Fahrenheit is not yellow, it's white. It only looks yellow because of our blue sky, because of our atmosphere. Well, no, for the same reason we have a blue sky. It's because of the atmosphere. It's why it looks yellow to us. It's white. Anyway. Jean saying, enjoyed the readings, need to go by. I don't believe you. Sorry, I believe you. I totally believe you. It's like, I'm out of here. All right, 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups, Knight of Wands, 6 of... we're doing it to ourselves. Solar cycles are a part. They are a thing. But this is humans. We've done this to ourselves. Climate change, yeah. We can't blame the sun. It might be a contributing factor, but what humans are doing is that much of it. So that's from getting there. And 1:30, 2:30. Are we too late to turn back climate change? Are we? Linda's saying, but photos taken in space show it as yellow. My understanding is photos taken in space are adjusted. The color's adjusted, I believe. Using filters, yeah, I think. Is it too late to stop climate change? If we do nothing, and we're already in a dark part of it. Lovers, Star, Devil, Nostalgia of 1,000 years ago. Queen of Swords, regulations. Is it too late? No. But we need to do it now. Now. This could be depressing, but how bad is it going to get? I mean, I'm assuming it's not going. We're not going to turn into Venus. Ashley is saying the Earth always changes, but humans haven't helped it at all. The Earth has to right itself, and we're like a little ant running around. Earth will be Earth. I feel bad for all we have done to it. She's going to be fine. She's fine. She can. If we take a look at it from the Earth's perspective, she had dinosaurs. Oop, they're gone. Oh, well. Oh, there's still something around. Here. Go evolve. Oh, look. Now we have this. Oh, now we have completely different dinosaurs. Oh, now we have critters. Oh, look at this. How bad is it going to get? Water. Water is. I'm suddenly my throat is as dry as the Sahara. Water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Not literally, but Hanged Man. Big changes. Flooding. Much flooding. Okay, but people are going to make more environmentally sound decisions. Two of Swords, Devil in the center, Star. Yeah, there are going to be laws put in place. Water, more sustainable farming, heat and storms, water, laws. We're not going to turn into Venus. We're going to. Things will get better. I mean, think about the ozone layer. I mean, wasn't it back in the 80s where they were like, oh my gosh, there's a huge hole in the ozone layer. And, it could kill people from radiation or cancer or whatever. And it was, oh my gosh. It'll grow. It'll just, we're destroying it. And then we found the most heinous things that were affecting it and we banned them. And the ozone layer, to the best of my knowledge, has pretty much repaired itself. Is I correct on that or not? Certainly a lot better. We can do this. Gary, and it repaired itself during the pandemic, yes. So Pamela's saying, just look how great the skies looked during the worldwide shutdown in 2020. Yeah. It'll be okay. It really will. There are good days ahead. There really are. And we're not going to turn into Venus, and it's going to be all right. Okay. That's going to do it for me for today. I did 13 questions. I will be back tomorrow. Actually, no, I did 14 questions. There we go. I will be back tomorrow like I am every single day of the year, rain or shine, as long as I have internet. And if I don't have internet, I wait until I do. But I will, I always show up. All right. So from me, your bad Benny, who keeps showing up, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I'll be over at Book Art Media. It's kind of nice. Kristen, we've got some writers over there who came over from here. And then it's fun because Kristen from Uncover the News, she came over and started doing knitting sprints. So it's really sweet. It's really sweet. So anyway, that's over at Book Art Media, and which is the anyway. Yeah, I think that's about it. Hang in there. All right, we're gonna get through this. It's gonna be okay. I'll see you tomorrow.